Hey, good morning and welcome to yet another episode of Sandmans Tattle Time. Today we're coming to you from the Stone Jetty here in Morecambe. It's currently around about 5:36 AM. We've been here all night trying to catch some rays or some hounds or some bass, anything to take the bait. But I've got to be straight with you, we're doing a Les Dawson at the moment. Blankety blank, blankety blank, nothing. The only thing that we can get on our lines is weed. Weed, and I'm sick of it. But we'll persevere and hopefully at the top of the tide we might end up with something. More to the point, why are we really here in Morecambe? Quick recap, cast your minds back about 5-6 years ago and you might be able to recall a company called Outcast Sleds, run by a gentleman called Gary Williamson. Dinky little lead come in various different sizes with a lovely neat and tidy stainless steel bait clip tucked right behind the lead. Personally, I thought they were absolutely fantastic. I used them many a time, never had any complaints with them at all. Brilliant. But for whatever reasons, Gary decided to move on to different places. And move on, that gentleman certainly did. He's coming out with a wide variety of new terminal tackle, clothing, this, that and the other. The new company is called Trident Tackle and Development. We'll probably know it better as Trident Tackle. Sandman's Tattle Time Facebook page will be the official page of Trident Tackle and Development. So all new products, bits and bobs will probably go on there, so stay tuned onto that if you want any news on the latest bits and bobs. But more to the point, Gary's given us 3 new pieces of terminal tackle to attach to a rig and test them here in Morecambe. I've already used them at Half Moon Bay, which is about 10 minutes that way. And I ended up catching a hound, smooth hound, around about 8 pounds, 7-8 pounds, something like that. So they do work. I haven't had anything on the Stone Jetty yet, but it's early days. I must say, it's what, 5:30, 6 o'clock in the morning, and I'm in my shorts. It is absolutely glorious. There's the sun starting to come up over there. It's about 19 degrees. It's unbelievably warm. I'm not complaining, it's fantastic. No complaints whatsoever. Anyway, these 3 pieces of terminal tackle that I was telling you about. One's called a Thermalink, which will probably rival the terminal tackle like the Gemini clip or the Breakaway Fastlink, which in the rights they are fantastic products of their own, but will probably rival them. He's got another product coming out called the Rotor, which will rival the Imp and the Gemini Solo, or Splashdown, I think some people call them. And then he's got another one coming out, which is called the Aero Pulley, I should say. It's unbelievable. All these products are made from a very, very strong plastic called acetyl. And the metal that's incorporated inside of these are made from 302 grade stainless steel. Very strong, very sturdy. I'm a massive fan of them, I must say. I've used them a few times now and absolutely no complaints whatsoever. They've been absolutely spot on. So what we'll do is, we'll go back to the fishing. Hopefully we'll get a fish out and you'll see the rig working. I've already got a little bit of a short video snap that I'll incorporate with this up at Hersham on Half Moon Bay, where you can actually see the rig working. Hopefully, like I say, we'll get something at the end of the jetty today. There's only me and Swampy here, so touch wood, we'll get something. After we've done that, we'll go back home and we'll go into depth into where you can buy these from, how much they're going to cost you, the website, etc, etc. We'll just go right into depth because, like I say, there's a whole new range of tackle coming out. We've got loads to talk about and bring you up to date. So I'm going to stop right there. I'm going to hopefully get back into some fishing, get a fish on the end of that rod and get it on film for you to see. So I'll be right back, hopefully, touch wood, with a fish.
Well, as you can see, I'm back home, which means I blanked, unfortunately, and I didn't show you any fish on that particular rig. I'm not making excuses, but there was just too much weight in the water, just nothing seemed to be going right. The only thing that was lovely that morning was the weather. It was a beautiful morning, it really was, very, very warm. But if you can recall earlier on in the video, I did say that we'd used the rig before at a place called Half Moon Bay in Hersham, which was roughly 10 minutes further up the coast from where we were. Anyway, we were a little bit more successful there, and I ended up landing a hound around 7-8 pounds, somewhere around there. Not the biggest, but certainly put up a good fight. So just before I play the clip and show you the rig actually in action, I apologise for the wind. It was a very, very windy evening when we were there. It was out of my hands, the weather. You cannot control the weather. But put up with that and enjoy the footage.
There we go. Let's give them a quick wash and release them. Alright mate, alright, hold on. Strong as out. So, there's the living proof. The rigs truly do work. Cracking, Haitian, half moon base smooth down. Put it back. Get another one now.
Well, hopefully you enjoyed that, and as you can see, that the terminal tackle on that rig did work. As you can see, you got the fish in there, everything worked as supposed to, especially the rotor clipped down, it never released, kept the bait there all the time. It was absolutely spot on. Big thumbs up from me. Anyway, putting that to one side very briefly, as you know in Tackle Time I normally talk about emails. I'll maybe pick 3, 4, 5 different emails out, most popular emails, blah blah blah. I'll read them out to you and we'll respond to them, blah blah. Tonight I'm only going to have time for one because I need to get into this Trident stuff. It's quite big, it's big to me. Hopefully it's going to be big to you guys when it goes on the market. And I want to go into a lot of detail about where you can get it and this, that and the other and blah blah blah. So we're going to hit straight on this one email. About 3 weeks ago I get an email from a lovely lass called Lindsay Bowen. I think that's how we pronounce her second name. B-O-U-G-H-A-N. I think it's Bowen. If I've got your name wrong, I'm sorry, Flower. But anyway, she started off with a very inspirational email about how she's fighting MS, multiple sclerosis, at the moment. And she still manages to get out there fishing with her husband and all the rest of it, and she's still doing it. I just think that's just so positive and inspirational. I take my hat off to you, Flower. Absolutely amazing. Well done. It's I was telling Andy Rutherford about it and Gary and stuff like that, and we've decided that you're going to win Email of the Month. There's a new one for you, for just being positive and inspirational. And if I'd get something like that, I'd probably curl up in a ball and fall to bits because I'm useless with stuff like that. But there you are, you're out there fishing. I know that you got your first hound the other day. You sent us pictures of it. Well done, Flower. I think that's brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Anyway, when we're on about that, she's won a little prize for Email of the Month. I'd just like to hear on Andy Rutherford, very good friend of mine at Rutherford's Angling. He sponsored this video for the first time, I might add. He sponsored this video today alongside Gary from Trident Tackle and Development. And Andy Rutherford has donated, or sponsored I should say, 6 packets of the power swivels. We talked about these, we're hearing these about 2 or 3 videos back, about how good they are and how strong they are. It starts off on, the smallest one is at £30. Yeah, I mean you can barely bloody see them. Apparently you've got a breaking string of £30. And they go right up to £295. For those that's never seen these before, never heard of them, I know there's lots of you out there have, but for those that haven't, these are the future. It's as simple as that. These are super, super strong. I use nothing else at all apart from these guys. Whether it's on my hook snuds, right up to the end of my shock leader or whatever, I use these. They are brilliant. If you can't get them in your local tackle shops, I know that not every tackle shop's got them, but if you haven't got them, get in touch with Andy Rutherford down there at Rutherford's Angling. They do mail order. He'll more than happily look after you, no problem whatsoever. Give the lad a ring. It's Rutherford's Angling, Roker Avenue, Sunderland. Give him a ring. I'll put his website down in the comments down below, so there's a direct link onto his website. You can check them out for yourselves. But give these a try. They are fantastic. Anyway, Lindsay, you've won all 6 packets of them. They will be in the post here within the next 7 days. You've also won the new range of terminal tackle from Trident Tackle Development. You have got yourself a set of 12 Aero pulleys, a set of 24 Termalinks, and a set of 12 rotors. All in purple, because you said purple was your favourite colour. So there you go, we've got them made for you. Send us your address, PM us your address, sweetheart, and I'll get them all sent off to you, no problem at all. Hopefully we'll get you some decent fish very soon. Well done on the smooth end. Right, that's enough of that. I'm going to come straight back, we're going to get into this rig, and more importantly, we'll get into this terminal tackle, and I'll tell you all about it. Right, let's get down to nitty gritty and talk about this new terminal tackle from Trident. As you can see in front of us, I've got 3 parts of the new terminal tattle. This little fella here is known as a Termalink. This little fella here is known as a rotor, and that little fella there is known as a Aero Pulley. Now all three of these items are made from a very strong form of plastic, better known as acetal. The wire that's incorporated into these is 302 stainless, extremely strong. These products, I might add, have all been tested in some very, very harsh conditions. They've been tested up and down the northeast coast of England and some very, very heavy rock marks. They've also been tested in the deep fjords over there in Norway. So they've been through the mill a bit and they've stood up to that, so they get a huge thumbs up from me. They are fantastic. Now what we're going to do is I'm going to stop right there. I'll come straight back and we're going to go into depth on each individual item and price and bits and bobs like that. So I'll come straight back and we'll start off with the Termalink. Right, and we're going to go through these one at a time just so it all sinks in and you get the gist of every one of them. We'll start off with the Termalink. As you can see, I've got one right here in front of us. There is the acetal construction with the 302 grade stainless coming out of the bottom. If you look very carefully, you have got the little indentation here. That would be for where you clip swivels onto or whatever you want to clip onto that bit. And here you've got the hole for your mono with the tiny little indentation that wraps right the way around the clip to help accommodate mono and protect it. What do I mean by that? Well, here I've got another Termalink loaded with 70 pound blue marlin mono. Now if you have a look very carefully, I don't know how good the camera's picking this up, but if you have a look very carefully, you can see that that little channel, if you like, that little indentation has accommodated that 70 pound blue marlin very well. So if you were in a little bit of trouble, or you're rubbing against a rock or anything like that, the acetal will help protect the mono, stopping you losing your gear, or even worse, losing a fish. So I think that's a cracking idea. So we'll move on to the rotor. Right, and so next up is my most favourite one to date, the rotor. Here I've got a rotor right here, acetal construction. As you can see, it's got the Trident logo on the grey body, and on the other side it'll have the word, it's alive, it'll have the word rotor right there. The rotor will probably rival this fella here. This is the Gemini Solo. I've used these for a long time and I think they're absolutely mint. I love them to bits. The only downfall I've had with them, I don't know how it happens or what, I don't know if there's some secret little mermaid under the water, but something happens where I have on occasion come in and my sinker has managed to unhook itself from this part here. I don't know what happens, how it happens, whatever, but it has happened. The only other downfall is now and again I've getting a little bit of sand or something inside of there which has locked that up. But more to the point, they are great. You put your hook in, you pull the body down like that, your hook's locked into place. Absolutely fantastic. I love them to bits. Around what, £2.25 for 5? Not bad at all. A little bit pricey, but not bad. The rotor will also rival this little fella. Now, I know people that absolutely love these to bits, and I know people that hate them. Personally, they're alright. I suppose they're alright in a way. Unfortunately, they don't keep a hold of your hook if you're ground casting. It's a bit of a shame that. But the biggest pain in my backside with these is that they are around about £3.50 unconstructed. I know, I appreciate you can get a tool for it now, but however, lads and lasses, you've got to admit they're a right pain in the arse to put together them. For £3.50, well, anyway, that's my personal opinion on them. I've used them many a time. They're okay, but there's definitely better things kicking around if you look about it. But this little fella, the rotor, will definitely rival them two gadgets there. How does the rotor work? If you look very carefully, you'll notice that it's got a little indentation on either side. That's to accommodate the hook. Here I've got a 3/0 Viking. Gary informs me that this will accommodate anywhere up to a 7/0 hook. 7/0. So you put your hook into the little indentation that we just spoke about and move the paddle down. As you can see, it's now locked into place. I have used this in several locations and it has never, ever, ever come off. Not even in mid-flight. I'm not saying it'll never ever do that, but it never has with me. It worked as it should. Absolutely fantastic. How do you attach your sinker? So let's take off that hook and we'll leave that there. Grab the 302 grade stainless and pull that down like that. It has now revealed a hook. Very, very simple. There's no rocket science in this. Simply place that on there and push that up as you do. That now reveals a loop at the other side. Get your Termalink, place that loop into that hole, like so, and pull that down, you're now connected. That's how it'll look. The best thing is, that sinker can now not come off there. It is locked on. To get that off there, you've simply got to pull that back off there, and then pull that loop back, and that will release the sinker. But other than that, that's going nowhere. Going back to your hook, so if you want to put your hook on so you can get a look at it now, into there, shut that down, and there you have it. That's how it would look. What I like about this is, if you notice though, the paddle, this part here, is 90 degrees or thereabouts to the entry of the water. So if you can imagine the water's here. The minute that that paddle hits the water hits that paddle, it pushes your hook off. Like I say, I've used these a lot, and every single time it's released. Every time I've brought it in, the hook has been released from the clip. Every time. It's never ever let me down yet. And that's how the rotor works. Absolutely fantastic. It's my most favourite gadget to date that Gary's brought out. So let's stop there, come straight back, and we'll hear on the Aero Pulley. Right, and so the last out of the three gadgets is this little guy here. This is the Aero Pulley. Again, constructed from a seal, like I've already said, with the 302 stainless, just like the other two gadgets. Absolutely solid, lovely to the touch, very robust. As you can see, it's got two holes into it. That's to accommodate the mono, and a clip there to accommodate your rotor, your terminal, sorry, like so. That's the way that would look. And what I'll do is I'll quickly talk you through how this actually works. Here I've got a piece of blue marlin, 70 pound blue marlin mono. So what you'll do is, through the big hole, put your mono through there. Through the little hole, you put that through the top, like so. So you end up with that. Then you're going to go back through the big hole at the bottom. So really what you've done is you've just gone in a figure of 8. That's it, you've just gone in a figure of 8. But when you're done, that's what you'll end up with. So by the time you put that into your terminal, click, and there you go. It gets its name, the Aero Pulley, because if I just strip that back down briefly, it's designed very sleek, aerodynamic. What I've done is I've got a little board here of different pulley systems that's available on the market today. I'm sure that you have all been there and probably seen every one of these, apart from Trident's Aero Pulley. I'm not calling any of these items at all. They're all, I'm sure I've used every single one of these at some point. Some not so good, some brilliant, especially the Gemini one. That's probably my most favourite one prior to Trident's Aero Pulley coming out. Here we've got Tronic's pulley bead, which that's okay. You know, it's not the best quality, but it's okay. This little fella here, the Gemini pulley swivel, I think it's absolutely amazing. I've used that for years. Solid as a rock, never ever let me down. Brilliant. Imagine having a Gemini pulley with one of the power swivels in the top there. Good combination, that. I like it. The breakaway proper pulley. I'm sorry, but it's not for me. It really isn't, in my opinion. I have never ever been a fan of this clip system. I haven't got nothing against the plastic part of the pulley system, but this clip, I have never ever been a fan of it. I'm sorry, it just does nothing for me. This is very susceptible to picking up any dead rigs that's lying around out there or anything like that. And believe you me, I've seen it happen, and it's happened to me. Not just with this type of clip, this Gemini clip. I used to use them a lot, but not no more. They seem to just be very susceptible to picking up line. That's like some angling through no fault of their own. They've been fishing, they've getting out there, they've snapped off, the rig's still lying about, and you end up fishing the same mark, and you get caught up in there. If they're fast, then so are you, because you're obviously connected to that. Then you've got Trident's Aero Pulley. Now, the reason I've done this for is because look at the difference in the gap that the mono comes out at either side. As you can see, there's quite some difference from the Tronics down to the Trident. Now, aerodynamic, Aero Pulley, the aerodynamic shoulder guard that's got to help with some sort of distance. I'm not saying that this Aero Pulley is going to put 20, 30, 40 yards on your cast. I'm not saying that at all. It'll be very minimal. But every bit helps, surely. So that's why I've done that, just so you could see how they work and how they sit. So there you go. The Trident pulley for me gets a huge thumbs up. One must say the Gemini the Gemini pulley swivel. Fantastic then. There you are. Try the Trident or give them a whirl. You might like them. I'm going to stop right there. Next we're going to hear on to prices and where you can get these from. Right, and so prices and where these items can be purchased from. Unfortunately for some, none of these items will be available in any UK tackle shops. It's just not happening. The reason for this is Gary's not having a dig at anybody or anything like that. It's just to remain competitive, to remain as competitive as possible in a very competitive market. Let's say for argument's sake I had a tackle shop and Gary come to me and says, right, there is my rotor. For argument's sake he said, I want £3 for a packet of rotors. The chances are I'm instantly going to turn and say, well, I want to put 100% profit on that. I'm a tackle shop, I've got to make me living. I'm not standing there looking good, I've got to make a living. So now all of a sudden my very competitive £3 rotor is now £6, and it's not as competitive as it was 2 minutes ago when it was sitting at £3. That's the method in the madness. So I'll just like to clear that up with you. The places that you can buy these from are from this website here, which is Gary's website. You can grab them right there, and you can also purchase them from eBay. They will come in these colours. If I just put that there so you can see them hopefully. What's that? There's 2, 4, 6, 8 different colours that all of these items will come in. Rotors, aero pulleys and termalinks will come in any of them colours that you want. You might tie around some different colours at a later date, but at the moment that's what they're going to come out as. No problem at all. Right, prices. Termalinks, there they are there. They will come in a packet of 24 for £2, which works out at around about 8 pence each. I'd rather have this wrote down because I'll get mixed up. So £2, 8 pence each for 24 termalinks. Your rotors, let me just quickly turn my piece of paper around so I've got it right. Rotors will retail for £2.50 for 12, which works out at around about 20 pence each. You've got your postage to go on top of this as well, obviously. Then you've got these guys, which also come in a packet of 12, your aero pulleys. These will retail for £2.30, which works out at around 19 pence each, somewhere around there. And that's the prices of all them bits and bobs. Now, in comparison, if you think about it, your rotors, which compete against your imp, what's the imps? £3.50 for 10, unconstructed. Think about this a minute. Or, and I'm not calling, I love these to bits, I think they're really good. What's your Gemini Solos retail for? £2.25, £2.30ish for 5. £2.50 for 12 plus your postage. £2.50 for 12. They are very competitive. Give them a try. Believe you me, I don't think you'll be disappointed, because I certainly wasn't. They are fantastic. Please give them a try. Get onto the comments onto the computer. Let us know what you think about them. Even if you dislike them, tell us. As long as it's constructive, you just tell us. I want to hear all about it. What do you think of them? Did they work for you? Did they not work for you? If they didn't work for you, why didn't they work for you? Etc, etc. Please leave your comments below. We would all like to see what you've got to say about them. So I've here on there where you can get them from, the website. I'll leave website details in the description below. Everything that you need to know about them will be there. We're now going to come back and do the rig, complete that, and we'll take it from there. So we'll be right back and we'll start building this pulley rig. Right then, so let's make this rig. What do we need? We've got 2 termalinks, we've got an aero pulley, we've got the rotor, a couple of pieces of PVC pipe and 2 5mm luminous yellow beads. The pipe and the beads just act as a buffer, just to keep the pulley system off the nuts. I've done that since I was a bairn, so you know it's always worked. Here I've got a piece of £70 blue marlin mono. As you've seen me do many a time. Nip the end in between your thumb and your finger, pull that to your left, turn your nose to the right. There you go, that's up there. I might add though, if you're fishing for hounds, a little trick I picked up, double that length. Yes, double that length. The longer the better. I've had some fantastic results on that. But anyway, you've pulled that out, nose to the right, just roughly to the tip. when you're cutting your mono, cut it on a 45 degree so you end up with a little bit of a point. Just when you're going through holes and stuff like that, it will go through a little bit better. So here we go, we're going to pick up one of your terminal links and we're going to simply put the mono through the hole, like so, and pull that through, maybe it's 4 or 5 inches, and do the knot. 1, 2, 3, through the hole, maintain that loop, that's very important, and repeat. 1, 2, 3, you end up with that. Apply gob oil. I just use that like that, just so I can pull it tight. You end up with that. Very neat and tidy. The lad showed me that knot a long time ago. I've used it ever since, and it's never ever let me down. That's where you should be. You should be right there. Right then, so what we're going to do now is we are going to put on a piece of pipe. You don't have to use this, it's just my personal preference, I've always done that. So a piece of PVC, just electrical pipe, that's all it is, out of 2.1, I think was it 2.5 they call it, or something like that, electrical cable. Just the sheathing off that, that's all it is. Then put on a 5mm bead. Now you want to put on your Aero pulley. So what you're going to do is, you're going to start at the bottom, through the big hole first, like I said earlier on, then through your little hole at the top, very simple. Pull that through and then come back through the big hole at the bottom. Once again, all you've done, I've got a little kink there, all you've done is you've gone in like a figure of 8. That's it. You're there. Next, you want to put on your 5mm bead, just like that, and then your other piece of PVC pipe. You should now end up like that. This rig is extremely easy to make, extremely easy. Right, we'll now go to the other end of the rig body, to here, and we are now going to simply put on one of the power swivels. This is a £295 power swivel, which our little friend there, is that the 290? Ran away from us, so there we go. Oh, let's pull it over and get them moved. There you go, size 5. £295 braiding strain. Well over the top, I'm sure, but the reason I use them is because you can get hold of them. I mean, they go that small. I mean, honestly, if you look in comparison, that's a £30 one. £30 braiding strain is something as small as that. It's unbelievable. Fantastic swivels. Absolutely amazing. Anyway, so we're going to repeat that knot. So it will go through there, like so. Up to there. 1, 2, 3, through the bottom, maintain that loop. 1, 2, 3. Apply your gob oil. Trim off the tug end, like so. You should be there now. Right, going on to the hook snood end. I'm into this stuff at the minute. I've actually been into this stuff for quite some time. This is called Yucky Invisible. If you can manage to get your hands on this gear, get it. It is awesome, and I mean absolutely awesome. I love this stuff to bits. The 80 that I've got here has got the diameter of 0.60. It's super subtle, it's extremely strong. I'm into clear monos at the minute for me hook snods. I've been at that for quite some time. If you can get all of the stuff, it's really good stuff. Take it from me, it's fantastic. I love it a bit. Anyway, I know this isn't really good for the camera, but if you can bear with us, we're just going to simply repeat that knot again for the hook snood. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. You've now got that. We'll now trim off that tag end. So you've now got that. That is very, very, very strong. very strong. Now then, grab your Aero pulley and move that up to that bead like that. Grab both your rig body and your hook snood, this is the way I always do it, like that, and pull through together until you get to the top of your termalink. As you can see there, I'm roughly at the top of the termalink. Then cut there. Now you're going to put your hook on, whatever hook that you want to use. The minute I'm using 5/0 or 4/0 Aberdeens for, I've got none here, they're in my tackle box, for the hounds and the rears. I'm also using Chinos for the mainly for them are mainly for the hounds. I'm using Vikings for other bits and bobs, and these rotors will accommodate a wide variety of hooks. Again, we're going to go through the bottom. Now I know that this yuppie invisible is not the best line to see, but hopefully you can see what I'm doing. And we'll just again repeating that knot. 1, 2, 3 through the bottom. 1, 2, 3 to there. That is absolutely solid, that it's going nowhere. Trim off the tug end. Go back to the other end, because that is the rig. Very, very simple to make. Let's say, for argument's sake, we were going to use a 5-ounce sinker, just because I've got one handy. Put that there, as you've seen us do. Pop your termalink onto the end of the rotor, like that. I'll quickly pop them grip wires into place. You've now got that. Open up the gate for your hook into there, like so. That's it. Very, very simple. The Aero Pulley Rig. There we go. Right then, unfortunately that's come to the end of another Sandmans Tackle Time. Hopefully I'll be back within the next month. We're hoping to maybe launch a video monthly, but you know, I've got kids, I'm a busy little bee at the moment, this, that and the other, so bear with us. We'll get one out to you as soon as you can. But I promise you one thing, the minute a new product comes out from Gary at Trident Tackling Development, you'll hear it first here on Sandmans Tackle Time. Take it easy, be safe, I'll see you all soon. Tight lines.